Imagine a silent, sunlit sea 380 million years ago, where the water shimmers green over ancient reefs, and life is just beginning to experiment with jaws and armor. Suddenly, the calm erupts. A massive, plated shadow surges forward, jaws snapping shut with a force that could shear through bone like paper. No teeth, just razor-sharp blades of bone, self-sharpening guillotines driven by muscles like steel cables. This is Dunkleosteus, the armored terror that ruled the Devonian oceans, a fish so formidable it makes modern sharks look like minnows. The late Devonian period was a time of revolution in the seas. Fish were evolving rapidly. Jaws appeared, allowing predators to bite and tear rather than simply suck in food. Among them rose the placoderms, armored, jointed neck fishes, and none dominated like Dunkleosteus terrelli. Its head alone could stretch nearly a meter long, encased in thick bony plates up to 9 centimeters deep in the largest adults. The thoracic shield covered the front of the body like tank armor, protecting vital organs, while the rest of the trunk remained unarmored but muscular and deep-bodied. Recent science has reshaped our view of this ancient hunter. For decades, people imagined Dunkleosteus stretching 8, 9, even 10 meters longer than a great white shark. But studies from 2023 onward, using statistical comparisons with living fishes and complete arthrodire fossils, tell a different story. Typical adults reached about 3.4 meters, roughly 11 feet, with the biggest specimens pushing perhaps 4.1 meters, around 13.5 feet. Weight estimates land between 950 and 1,800 kilograms, making it stout and powerful rather than elongated. Think less torpedo, more compact predators. A deep, robust body built for ambush in shallow Devonian seas, not endless open water chases. Nicknamed Dunkleosteus by some paleontologists, it was shorter but heavier for its length, a living battering rams. What truly set Dunkleosteus apart were those jaws. Instead of true teeth, the upper and lower plates fused into shearing blades, sharp, ever-sharpening edges that rubbed together like scissors. When the mouth closed, the tips could deliver bite forces estimated at 4,400 to 7,500 newtons, or more at the cutting edge, rivaling or exceeding many large predators, including some dinosaurs. Picture the moment. A school of early armored fish drifts near a reef. One strays too close. In a flash, Dunkleosteus lunges, armored head thrusting forward. The jaws open wide, possibly aided by a rapid mechanism that created suction, then slam shut in a fraction of a second. Bone meets bone with crushing powers, slicing through armor plates, searing flesh, cracking shells. Fossils from Ohio's Cleveland Shale show bite marks on other placoderms, and even evidence of healed wounds. Proof that this predator targeted tough, well-defended prey. It wasn't just strong, it was efficient, built to tackle the armored giants of its world. Life in the Devonian was brutal and competitive. Dunkleosteus likely patrolled warm, shallow epicontinental seas, vast inland waters teeming with diverse life. Juveniles, already equipped with powerful bites from birth, grew quickly, their bite force scaling with size so even young ones could tackle hard-shelled prey. Adults, with their massive heads and stout bodies, may have been ambush hunters, lying in wait among reefs or seafloors, then exploding into short, devastating attacks. The armor protected against rivals and perhaps larger threats, while the lack of scales on the rear body allowed for flexibility and speed in bursts. Yet even this apex predator couldn't escape the planet's changing moods. Around 359 million years ago, the Devonian ended in catastrophe, the Hangenberg event, a mass extinction tied to rapid climate shifts, sea level changes, and possibly anoxia that suffocated ocean basins. Many placoderm lineages vanished, including Dunkleosteus. Why it disappeared while some fish groups survived remains a lingering question. Was it the loss of shallow habitats, competition from rising bony fishes and sharks, or simply bad luck in a world that no longer favored heavily armored ambush predators? The fossil record falls silent, leaving only scattered plates and jaws buried in ancient shale. Today, Dunkleosteus looms in museum halls, reconstructed skeletons towering over visitors, jaws agape in eternal menace. Discoveries from Cleveland, where black shale preserved countless specimens, keep refining our picture. A 2025 study detailing its functional anatomy highlights a predator more compact, more specialized, and perhaps even more terrifying in its efficiency. It reminds us that the first true apex predators weren't dinosaurs or sharks, they were armored fish that conquered the seas long before land animals took their first steps. So when you gaze at the ocean, think back to those ancient waters. Somewhere in the murk of time swam a creature with jaws like guillotines, armor like irons, and a hunger that ruled an entire epoch. Dunkleosteus wasn't just a fish. It was the Devonian's dark sovereign, a reminder that power in the sea has always come with sharp edges, and that even the mightiest can fade when the world turns.